Yo, YouTube, this is my first video, so I wanted to come in and introduce myself the right way. My name is Amari, Amari Hendricks, Mari, whatever you want to call me. And on this channel, I'm going to be doing reviews, vlogs, tutorials, really everything that got to do with the barber community or the barber lifestyle. But on this video, I'm doing a taper on the sides and the back. So just stay tuned. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. But yeah. Yo, YouTube, I just want to say thank you for clicking on the video and supporting me and tuning into this transformation. He getting a taper on the sides and the back, a mid taper. But if you're not already subscribed, man, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and then hit the notification bell so you know whenever I'm about to drop another video. But let's just get right into the video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is pin up all the hair and move it out of my work area. Then I'm gonna come in with my comb, and I'm just combing through the hair, prepping it for the cut. And at the same time, I'm going in checking to see if he has any hair that's growing like a different direction. Now I'm going in with my trimmers, making my ball line, and I'm putting it in at like an arch shape. So when I go in and start the taper, it'll have like a burst effect to it. Now I'm going in with my wall shavers just so I can clean up that area better and get a smooth transition from the skin to the hair. Now I got my Babyless silver FXs and I got the lever all the way open and I'm going up about a half an inch. Now I close the lever all the way and I'm just flicking out, blending out that bottom line. Now I'm going in with my number 1 guard all the way open and I'm going up about a full inch and I'm making sure I'm getting all the hair within that guideline one even length. Now I got my half guard on and I got the lever all the way closed and I'm just blending out that bottom guideline. And I'm making sure that I comb the hair after every time I pass through with the clippers. And now I'm coming in with my number 2 guard all the way closed. And I'm not putting the guideline in this step. I'm just getting all the hair that's below where his dreads are parted off at to one even length. And I'm combing all the hair away from the part so I don't cut the roots of his dreads and cut it when his dreads out. Now I'm coming in with my 1.5 guard all the way closed and I'm blending out that area between the 2 guard and the 1 guard all the way open. And I make sure I'm passing through a couple times because this is one of the tighter areas and the hair is already short, so it's gonna be not like an immediate blend. You're gonna have to go in at it a couple times. And now for the last step in this taper, but one of the most important steps, is the detail work. Now I'm going in with my Andis Masters because they're not zero gap. So when I see a dark area or imperfection in the fade, I can go in at it and not worry about cutting off too much hair, like cutting a patch into one of the guidelines. And when I go in, I make sure I'm only using the last couple teeth of the blade and I'm playing with the lever when I move to different areas. Now to finish off the left side, I'm gonna go in with the number 1 guard all the way open and I'm just cutting down all of the hair that wasn't involved in the taper into one length. Now I'm just going back in doing a little bit more detail work. And now for the back taper, it's going to be the same exact steps as it was for the left side, but I'm going to start it off with the number 1 guard all the way open, and I'm going with the grain, just debulking this area so when I go in to taper it, it'll be an easy process. Now I'm going back in with my trimmers and I'm setting in the ball line, and when I go in, I'm still making sure that I'm keeping that arch shape so I can keep the burst effect back here. Now I'm going back in on my shavers just to create that transition. But before you use the shavers, you want to make sure that you ask the client, can they take shavers? Because sometimes on certain type of skin, they might bump up after you use it. And it's not because like the shaver is dirty or anything, that's just the effect that it has on certain people's skin. But now I'm going in with my lever open and I'm going up about a ½ inch. And I'm making sure I'm flicking out when I get to the top of that guideline. And now I close the lever to blend out that bottom line. Now I'm going in with the 1 guard all the way open. And I'm still going up only a ½ inch because this is a tighter area back here. His dread parts start lower than on his sides. Now I got my 0 guard on with the lever all the way closed and I'm blending out that bottom guideline. Now I got my 2 guard all the way closed and I'm making sure that I'm getting the hair that's right under the parts. I'm not digging too far into the parts. And I'm making sure I take my time right here. I don't want to cut any dreads or anything. So just be mindful of how you're cutting. Now I got my 1½ guard all the way closed. And I'm making sure that I'm blending out in between the 2 and the 1 guard all the way open. And in them tighter areas, it might seem like I'm not cutting any hair. But just keep going in until you see a difference. It's not going to be an immediate difference, but once you keep going in, you'll see it. Now I got my Andis Masters and I got the lever all the way open and I'm just detailing it. I'm going in looking at all the dark marks and the hair that's out of place, and I'm just cutting it out using the last couple teeth of my blade. And before you start detailing, make sure that you look into the mirror and look into the blend just to get a different perspective so you can see the dark areas in the hair that's out of place. Now for the right side, I'm going to do the same steps as I did on the left side and on the back side, so I'm just going to let y'all watch it. Now for the lineup process, I'm going in and I'm knocking down all the bulk that's on his hairline to a number 1 guard all the way open. Now I'm going in with my holding spray and my blow dryer and my brush, and I'm just brushing down the hairline while blow drying it at the same time, just so I can lock all the hair into place. And when I go in right after letting it dry a little bit, the lines will come out crispier. Then I'm gonna go in the middle and I'm gonna line up to the right and then to the left until I got the whole top portion lined up. And now for the C cup, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna tap it, and I'm making sure that as I go down, I'm going inward slightly to create that curve. Now I'm going in with my air compressor and I'm spraying the enhancement about 5 or 6 inches away, and I'm making sure that I'm tapping the trigger very lightly. I'm not trying to apply way too much and make it look unnatural. And now to make it a step more natural, I'm going in and I'm applying some hair fibers, and I'm making sure that I'm applying that lightly as well. Now you just gotta go in and reline the hairline up and line up the enhancements, and make sure that you are not putting too much pressure on there, because this is already your second time going through lining up this area. And now I'm going in with my barber pencil, and this is just to create some contrast between the hair and the skin. And when I'm drawing it on, I'm making sure that I'm drawing it lightly. You don't want to put too much. Then you want to go in one last time and line it up just to blend in the pencil to the skin. Now I'm going in with my razor to get the hairs that the trimmer couldn't get and to pull the hairline all together. And when you razor, you want to make sure that you're stretching the skin and you're going against the grain, and you're not pushing the hairline back. You're just getting the hairs that's right in front of it. And now for the neckline, you want to go in, you want to do the same steps as you did for the hairline, but you really don't got to enhance it, and it'll still come out looking like this. This is the before. This is what he came in looking like. If you watch the video all the way up until this point, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for the support. And if you came in or watched the video to get some knowledge, I hope you learned something and picked up a new technique. But this is the final result. This is the cut. If you like the video, share, comment, do everything you gotta do. And follow me on Instagram. It's in the upper left hand corner right there. That's where I really be at. That's where I really post at most of the time. But thank you for tuning in to this video. And I'm going to see you on the next one.